Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to crochet these doilies or this doily. This is very simple and easy to make, and the stitches I used are puff stitch and basic chains, and here I have used a single crochet as well. These are the what you call it stitches I'm going to use, and I have already made this doily. This one, they both are in same pattern and size and everything. The only difference is the color. In this one I used the teal color here, but here I used the bottle green color. The colors are not showing as they are in the video, but this is how it looks, and it's very easy and simple to make. The only thing I hate about this doily is that I don't like puff stitch. And why I don't like puff stitch is because I love my yarn, and I think that puff stitch eats a lot of yarn. I call it yarn monster. And my friend Khadija, if you are listening there, this is for you. And she knows that whenever we talk about we discuss about crochet and all that, and whenever we talk about puff stitch or crocodile stitch or popcorn stitch or cluster stitch, I don't like them. I mostly don't make stuff with these stitches because I love my yarn. And I'm a little bit possessive about my yarn, so that's why we call it, me and Khadija, my friend Khadija, we call it monster stitches. So these are the monster yarn monster. So these two doilies are made in yarn monster stitches. They eat a lot of your yarn, and this is how it looks. It's very, what you call it, very pleasant and very bright colors. And I'll try my best to explain each and everything in detail, and if there is anything you guys are confused about or anything like that, just ask me. I will just show the diameter of the doily is approximately 13.5 inches. So let's get started. So the yarn I'm using is this one. It's called Crystal Yarn by Ice Yarn, and the yardage of the yarn is that into the 100 grams of the yarn there is 900 meters of the yarn. I'm going to use this yarn in 3 colors. I'm going to use lemon color, white, and this color, green. So let's get started. And I'm using 3mm crochet hook. So to start our doily, what we are going to do is that we are going to chain 7. First of all, I'm going to make a slip knot like that, and then I will make chain 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. And then I will slip stitch into the first chain like that, and there we have our tiny ring. What I will do now is I will make chain 1, wrap the yarn around the crochet hook, insert the crochet hook into the ring and pull up a loop like that. I will do the same process 2 more times, 1 and 2. I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 loops on my crochet hook. I will grab through all of these loops, and then I will secure it, and then I will make chain 2. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat 8 more times. I have already made a puff stitch. I'm going to make 8 more puff stitches into the ring. 1, 2 and 3, and then pull through all the loops and then skewer it, and then make chain 2, 1 and 2. Once more, 1, 2 and 3. Pull through all loops, skewer it, chain 1. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat for 6 more times. I have made 3 puff stitches. I'm going to make 6 more puff stitches, and then I will resume the video again. I have made 9 puff stitches. What I will do is I will slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then we will cut the yarn and fasten off like that. And now we will change to white color. Join it anywhere into these chain 2 spaces. Join the white color yarn like that, chain 1, and then I'm going to make a puff stitch into that. 1, 2 and 3, and pull through all of these, skewer it, make chain 2, and then make 1 more puff stitch into the same chain 2 space like that, and then make chain 2 again, 1 and 2, sorry, my yarn got stuck. When you pull the strand from the center, sometimes it just gets stuck. So I have made chain 2, and I will go direct into next chain 2 space, which is this one, and I will make 1, 2 and 3, 1 puff stitch, chain 2, and then 1 more puff stitch into the same chain 2 space like that, and then chain 2. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, that I will make 1 puff stitch, chain 2, and 1 more puff stitch into that, and then I will make chain 2, and then I will make same 2 puff stitches and divided by chain 2 into next chain 2 space. This is the small section, this is the small portion of the pattern I'm going to repeat into all these chain 2 spaces. I have completed the round, and at the end of this round, in the first round we had 9 puff stitches, but at the end of this round we should end up with 18 puff stitches divided by there is always chain 2 space in between all the puff stitches. Now what we will do is that we will slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then I will slip stitch into next available chain 2 space. Then what I will do is I will make chain 1, and then I will make a puff stitch from half of the puff stitch will be here and half of the puff stitch will be here. So what I will do is I will wrap the yarn and pull up a loop 3 times. I will show again because maybe I made it a little bit too fast. I will pull up a loop once, twice and thrice. But I will not finish it. What I will do is that I will go direct into next chain 2 space, and I will pull up a loop 3 times into next chain 2 space also, like that. And then I will pull through all of these loops, secure it, chain 2, and then what I will do, I will make now one puff, the same puff stitch that I made here, I'm going to make into these two chain 2 spaces. So I will pull up a loop once, twice, thrice into this chain 2 space, and I'm going to repeat the same process into this chain 2 space as well. 1, 2 and 3, and then I will pull through all of these loops, secure it, make chain 2. Then again I will make this puff stitch in this chain 2 space and into this chain 2 space. So I will pull up a loop 1, 2, 3 into this chain 2 space and into this chain 2 space. 1, 2 and 3, and then I will pull through all of these loops, secure it, chain 2. This is the pattern I am going to repeat all the way to the end, that I will make a puff stitch, double puff stitch. Half of the puff stitch will be into this chain 2 space and half of will be into the next, and then I will repeat the same, that half of next puff stitch will be into this chain 2 space and the other half will be into this chain 2 space. This is the pattern I am going to repeat all the way to the end. I am going to slip stitch on the top of our first stitch, puff stitch, like that, and then I will cut the yarn. Like that. So our round is complete. What we are going to do now is that we are going to join the green color. We will join green color into any of these chain 2 spaces. I'm going to join here, and then I will make chain 1, and I will make 1, 2, 3, 1 puff stitch divided by chain 2, and then 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2, like that, secure it, and then I will make chain 1. Then I will go direct to next chain 2 space, which is this one, and I will make 1, 2, 3, secure it, chain 2, 1 puff stitch, chain 2, and 1 more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, like that, secure it, and then chain 1. This is the pattern I am going to repeat, that I will go direct into next chain 2 space, which is this one. I will make 1 puff stitch, chain 2, 1 puff stitch, and then I will make chain 1, and I will repeat this small pattern into all of these chain 2 spaces all the way to the end. I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch into next available chain 2 space. I will make chain 1, and I will make 1 puff stitch divided by chain 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2, one puff stitch and chain 2, and then I'm going to make one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, secure it, and then I will, here I made chain 1, but now I'm going to make chain 2, and I will make one puff stitch into next chain 2 space, chain 2, 1 and 2, and one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, like that, chain 1, and then secure it, and then I'm going to make chain 2. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, that I will go direct into, I'm not going to make any stitches into these gaps. I'm going to make all the stitches in between the these two puff stitches. So I'm going to make one puff stitch, chain 2, one more puff stitch into the same chain 2 space, then I will make chain 2, and then I will repeat the pattern, this small section, this small portion, all the way to the end. I will slip stitch on the top of our first starting puff stitch, and then slip stitch into this chain 2 space, make chain 1, and then I will make one puff stitch, 1, chain 2, and one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, like that, secure it. This time, instead of making chain 2, I am going to make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go direct into next chain 2 space, which is this one. I will make one puff stitch, 3, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, secure it, then make 1, 2, 3, chain 3. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, that I will go direct into next chain 2 space, which is this one. I will make a puff stitch like this one, then I will make chain 2, and then one more puff stitch into this chain 2 space, then I will make chain 3, and I will repeat the pattern. This is the small section I'm going to repeat in all the chain 2 spaces all the way to the end. I am going to slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then into next chain 2 space, chain 1, and then make one puff stitch, 1, secure it, chain 2, and then one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, like that. And then here we made chain 3, now we are going to make chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I will make one puff stitch into next chain 2 space, like that, chain 2, and one more puff stitch into the same chain 2 space, like that, secure it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make chain 4. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, that I will make one puff stitch or two puff stitches divided by chain 2, and then I will make chain 4, and then I will make two puff stitches into next chain 2 space divided by chain 2. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat all the way to the end. I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then into first available chain 2 space, which is this one. Then I will make chain 1, and by now I'm sure you guys have learned it by heart, that we are going to make one puff stitch secure it, chain 2, 1 and 2, and one more puff stitch into same chain 2 space, 1 2 and 3, secure it. And now we made 4 chains in between the sets of puff stitches. Now we will make chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and then I will make into the next chain 2 space, I will make 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2, like that, secure it, and then 1 2 3 4 and 5. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, that I will make 2 puff stitches into next chain 2 space divided by chain 2, and then I will make chain 5, and I will repeat this small section of the pattern all the way to the end. I will slip stitch on the top of first puff stitch like that, and then slip stitch into next available chain 2 space. Chain 1, make 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2 into this chain 2 space. 1 puff stitch, secure it, 1 and 2, 2 chains, 1 more puff stitch into that, secure it, and then we made 5 chains in the last round. In this round I will make 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 chains. Then I will go direct into next chain 2 space, and I will make 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2, chain 2, and 1 more puff stitch into that one, like that, secure it, and then 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. This is the pattern. This small section I'm going to repeat all the way to the end, that I will make 2 puff stitches into next chain 2 space divided by chain 2, and then I will make chain 6. I will repeat this pattern all the way to the end. I am going to slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch like that, and then into first chain 2 space, and then I will make chain 1, and I will work 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2, 1 2 3, like that, secure it, and then I will make 7 chains, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and I will make 2 puff stitches into next divided by 2 chains. Chain 2 and 1 more puff stitch, 2 and 3, secure it, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat from here to here, that I will make 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2 into next chain 2 space, and then I will make chain 7, and then I will continue working the same pattern, this small section, all the way to the end. This is the last round. This is this round we are working, and then we will start working on these small flowers afterwards, after completing this round. So I will slip stitch into next chain 2 space, and I will make one puff stitch, two puff stitches divided by chain 2, secure it, and now we will make 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 chains, and then we will just repeat this pattern. Secure it, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat all the way to the end. That into next chain 2 space I will make 2 puff stitches divided by chain 2 and then chain 8, and I will continue working this pattern all the way to the end. I'm going to slip stitch on the top of our first puff stitch, and then I will cut the yarn. And now I will attach the yellow yarn. You can attach it on any into the first puff stitch. Into the set of there are 2 puff stitches. You can join into any of these first puff stitch like that, and then make chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and now we will make a puff stitch here, but instead of pulling up loop 3 times, we are going to pull up a loop 1 2 3 and 4 plus this starting chain 3. So we are going to grab through all of these loops, chain 3, and then pull up a loop once, twice, thrice, and 4. I'm sorry, it's a little bit messy, like that, and then grab through all of these loops, secure it, and then we are going to make a single crochet. We are going to make a single crochet into next, on the top of next puff stitch, like that, and then we will cut the yarn and pull it, and now we will work on to the next puff stitch. I will join on the top of first puff stitch like that, and then make chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and make a puff stitch similar the one we made here. We will pull up loops once, twice, and 4 times. Pull through all of these loops, secure it, and then 1 single crochet into next puff stitch, and then cut the yarn and secure it. And now I will show you guys once more, and then I will make rest of the round off camera. Join on the top of our first puff stitch, chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and then pull up loops 1 2 3 and 4. pull through all of these loops, secure it, and then one single crochet on the top of our next puff stitch, and then cut the yarn and secure it. This is the pattern I am going to repeat. I will join the yarn on the top of our first puff stitch, chain 3, pull up loops 4 times, grab through all of those loops, pull through all of those loops, chain and secure it, and then make a single crochet on the top of our next puff stitch. Repeat this pattern into all of these chain 2 spaces all the way to the end, and I will resume the video when I have finished all of these stitches. I have completed the round and I have weaved in the ends. I have hidden the ends, the tails. Now what I am going to do is I am going to join my white color yarn, this one, into any of these starting chain 3 before the puff stitches. I'm not going to join on the top of this starting chain. I'm starting chain 3. I'm going to join inside this chain 3 space. I will join the yarn like that, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then I will make 2 double crochets into this on the post of this chain 3, 1 and 2, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and make a single crochet here around the post of the starting chain 3, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to repeat this small section 2 more times. I have chained 3. I will make 2 double crochets into the chain 3, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and single crochet around the post of 3 chains, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 2 more double crochets into same space, 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and single crochet into the same space. So what I did is that I created 3 petals like that, and then we will cut the yarn and secure the end, and we will repeat this pattern into all of these starting chain 3s. This is the starting chain 3. I am going to join my yarn there like that. I will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I will make 2 double crochets into this space of the starting chain 3, 1 and 2, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into same space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets into space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the same space, 1, 2, 3 chains, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the same space like that. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat in all of these starting chains. I will join my yarn into around this starting chain 3 here, then I will make chain 3 and make 2 double crochets, then I will make chain 3 and make a single crochet into this around this starting chain 3, then I will make chain 3, 2 double crochets, then I will make chain 3 and single crochet into that, and I'm going to do that 3 times in total, and then I will cut the yarn. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat in all of these starting chain 3, and I will make rest of the round of course off camera, and then I will resume the video when I'm finished. Now we will attach our green yarn into the this on the top of our first puff stitch, and then we will join our green yarn, and then we will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we will make a single crochet in between the starting chain 3 of the petal and next double crochet. In between that we are going to place a single crochet like that, then we will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we will place a single crochet in between the last chain 3 of this petal and this double crochet. Into this space we will place a single crochet like that, and then we will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we will make a single crochet into this single crochet which we made after we made chain 3, and then we made a single crochet. We are going to place a single crochet into that, and then we will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Join on the top of first puff stitch and make 1, 2, 3 chains, and then we will make a single crochet between the last single crochet and chain 3 of the first petal. Make a single crochet there, and then make chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, and then place a single crochet into the single crochet we made after we made chain 3, and then we made a single crochet. We are going to place a single crochet on that, make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then make a single crochet in between the last double crochet and chain 3. We are going to place a single crochet in between them. This is the second petal and this is the second double crochet of that petal, and the last chain 3 I am going to place a single crochet in between those. Chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, and then place a single crochet into the single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then I'm going to place a single crochet, and then I'm going to place a single crochet between the last this is the last petal, and I'm going to place a single crochet between the last double crochet and the chain 3 like that. Make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then make a single crochet on the top of puff stitch like that, and then make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains. So the first section is finished, and I will, maybe the light is too much. And now I will make a single crochet into our next available puff stitch on the top of that, and then I will make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, make a single crochet between the last double crochet and chain 3 of first petal like that, then make chain 3, 1, 2 and 3 and make a single crochet into the single crochet, 1, 2, 3, single crochet between the last double crochet and chain 3 of the second petal like that, then 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the single crochet, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in between the last double crochet and last chain 3 of the last petal like that, and then make 1, 2, 3 chain and make a single crochet into the next on the top of next puff stitch. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat, and then make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat. I will make a single crochet on the top of this first puff stitch. I will make chain 3 and then I will place a single crochet before the chain 3 of the first petal. Then I will make chain 3 and place a single crochet into this single crochet, make chain 3, make a single crochet in between the last double crochet and the chain 3 of the second petal, chain 3, make a single crochet into this single crochet, chain 3, make a single crochet into between the last chain 3 and double crochet of the last petal, chain 3, and then place a single crochet on the top of last the second puff stitch, and then make chain 9. This is the pattern I'm going to repeat all the way to the end, and of course I'm going to make rest of the round off camera and then I will resume the video again. I will slip stitch into, this is where we started this round, so I will slip stitch into that and on the top of that puff stitch, and then I will cut the yarn, secure the end, and now I will weave in the end of the yarn. Cut the extra yarn, and now our doily is ready. Sometimes because we made a little bit different technique here, so this is why sometimes the ends will be curled up. What you can do is you can block the doily. Blocking is always the best idea whatever you crochet or knit. How to block is that you just put the doily in the water to get it wet for some times, and then remove it from the water and slowly you don't wring it, you slowly press it so that extra water comes out of your doily, and then you just lay your doily or whatever you have made on a flat surface and let it dry there. So then it will give it a little bit more finishing look into that. So our doily is finished. And yes, like that. Thank you so much for thank you so much for watching. Peace be upon you all and happy crocheting.